Darkness spear right here. Perfect. Let me think. What shield? I don't have shields though. You got the Wan T shield. That would be really good. That's in Act 2. We got Ketheric shield, which I don't have on this character, on this playthrough. I don't have hardly any shields on this playthrough. So we're just gonna have to deal with that. That's fine. All right, let's respec her.
Let's try this way.
So you'd think, yeah. Sorry guys, sometimes I'm thinking.
I shall be here in my cap.
Kind of just speaking out loud as I try to think of all this stuff. All right, Warlock, cantrips, we got these two. Subclass, Hexblade, spells. We do have more opportunities for spells, so we're gonna do shield and then ability scores. We're gonna do 17. $15. Doesn't matter. No, I think we're good. Yeah, when attacking with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, and it's a spear, so you use a bonus action to attack with the butt end of your weapon. Okay. I don't know why I stress out so much over the spell choice when it doesn't matter. We're not going to be using it. I still stress out over the choice. Right, now we're going to go ability improvement. We're going to go 18. Oh, I should have done resilient. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Didn't set these right. Set these up right off the get-go, but that's okay. Okay. And life drinker. So I would normally have 20 charisma right now, We're gonna do Warcaster. All right, we got our character set up here. Not optimal, but I have the things that I want to test out. I have 1 AC higher than I had before. These are actually kind of nice gauntlets to have on a darkness focused character. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 necrotic, so we're getting more damage, and we get it with our main attack, our extra attack, and our offhand attack. And on top of that, we have Beckoning Darkness. As a bonus action, doesn't require concentration. Cause a creature to be haunted by darkness. It takes 2 to 16 necrotic damage if it enters or starts its turn. Not bad to have on right now. And I have shadow teleportation boots on. I think with the Hexblades, we're definitely gonna have to focus on, like, there's of course the Ring of Protection, I believe is a +1 to AC. There's a Cloak of Protection, which is another +1 to AC. And if I had a +4 Dex modifier, plus the Armor of Agility, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 from the Ring, 23 from the Cloak, 24, 25 from the Shield, potentially 26 if I use the +3 shield. That's a really good AC. A really good AC. A lot of possibilities here.
I'm ready.
Alright, let's go test this out now. So we got Hexblade's Curse, Booming Blade, Eldritch Blast. Let me bind my weapon. Oh, that's not the right one. We got Darkness. Ooh, whatever, we don't need that. Misty Step can stay right there. We got Fiendish Vigor. And we're good to go. Let me save this as full level spear Hexblade. Let's see how this works out of curiosity. Let's go to Rivington. Hey, Justin. Neil says, next round my Shadow Heart will be Hexblade. Fits with her theme. Yeah, it does. I wonder if there's a good like Warlock Cleric multi-class that you can do. Death Domain Cleric, and I don't know if Death Domain and Hexblade work good together, but... Okay, so compared to the first Hexblade that we're playing, I have all my spell slots, because we're not using Shadow Blade. And that kind of frees up a spell slot for using something like Hunger of... Nope, we don't want Hunger of Hadar, actually, because it's concentration. That frees up a spell slot to use a spell like Cone of Cold, which is a ton of damage. Or potentially other non-concentration spells. And that can be like battle changing to have a powerful AoE spell like that. We're still going to be using Booming Blade. We're still going to be doing the whole Darkness Curse thing. But we have more spell slots, and we're focused on getting more curses because we have an extra bonus action attack. All right. And I have because of the spear. Is it the spear that gives it? Yeah, the spear. Oh yeah. The whole point of this build is this spear. This spear is like really important to this build. We have Shar's Darkness. It literally, hold on, wait. We can, oh my gosh, this is really cool. So now I have an extra spell slot too. Because we don't need a spell slot for darkness. So we don't need a spell slot for darkness. We don't need a spell slot for Shadowblade. So this is quite literally a darkness melee focused Hexblade warrior, but a little bit more focused on having more spell slots to do more warlock type spells, while the other one was more melee damage focused with the Shadowblade. Deal as much damage as you can with every single melee strike. So I think both these are kind of unique from one another, yet they're very similar too. That's incredible to be able to just keep casting darkness without it costing a spell slot. Like, not a big deal for like sorcerers or wizards, but for a warlock, that's huge. I love how I have to go outside to get caught.
You were witnessed assaulting.
Yeah, for 10 turns is great. Most combat encounters don't even last that long. KCD2 hardcore on the 15th. I can't wait, UV. I think it's going to be, like I told people at the start of the stream, KCD2 hardcore and whenever patch 8 comes out, those are going to be the two main games that I play probably for the next month plus. I do want to check out Claire Obscure on stream a few times so you guys can see it live. Not sure if I'll do a full run or not, because I'm trying to do a full run right now with my review code. But that's the plan. And I'm pretty excited because both Baldur's Gate 3 and KCD2 are, I think, my two favorite games over the past decade. Yeah, I think so. And they're both having like an update at the same time. Really cool. I'm not sure if I'll get burned out with Baldur's Gate or not. Right now I'm having fun testing out the subclasses. And I'm kind of excited to go and do another run and actually listen to some of the dialogue again, watch a few of the cutscenes. But I don't know, I might get, who knows, I might get super burnt out and just tired of things I've already seen a million times. But okay, so to start it, we definitely want to move into the darkness, that's for sure. I think I can actually, yeah, we can. I can attack from right here. Now he can't actually, he's going to be attacking with disadvantage. We have Booming Blade, which works with the spear, so that's great. And here we go. And I have this as a bonus action too. So let's go ahead and cast this on... There's not enough combatants here. I need more people in the fight. Hold on. Why is that Flaming Fist guard? Hold on. I need more people in the fight before I start. Well, then again, this guy might knock me prone, so I just kill him while I have the opportunity. Alright, we're going to do Booming Blade. Okay, it's not as much damage as the Shadow Blade, but it's still really good. I just did 17 piercing. Just from the spear. We did 1 necrotic, 4 necrotic from Life Drinker. And we got some temp HP. And 13 thunder damage from Booming Blade. So we're doing 12 to 39 right now. I have to compare this to the Shadow Blade one. Because... man, that's way more than I thought. I wonder what Shadow Blade's damage is plus Booming Blade. I wonder what the difference is. We're at 12 to 39. Let me take a picture with my phone so I can reference this again. We're at 12 to 39, but I do have... oh no, it doesn't include. That includes the Eldritch Invocation. That gives me bonus damage. That's really good. Alright, and this guy is currently boomed, but not cursed. I don't have another attack, but we do have our bonus action attack here, which is not a lot of damage, but it will give us another chance at applying Hexblade's curse. if I can actually land the attack. Get a little bit deeper into the darkness here. And we have this too. So this is part of the Polearm Master feat. Make an opportunity attack whenever a creature enters your reach. Potential problem is it would conflict with a cursed specter, but we're not calling in a specter right now. I think I'm fine. Oh god, this is cool. This is fun. I didn't expect it to be as powerful as it seemingly is right now. Let me see if I can call in. Can I get this guy involved without... I'm just gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot a crossbow. I don't want to kill him. You gonna fight, brother? Really? That guy's bugged. There's a lot of bugs. Okay. See, even if you can't do the melee attacks, I have my Eldritch Blast, and we can just blast all the ranged characters that can't shoot me in the darkness from outside. They can't do anything about it. So that's even better than trying to pull an enemy in. With that said, I don't get a Cursed Spectre when we use that, but that's fine. Hey, Nathan. The Hexblade? Alright. Didn't use a single spell slot. Wow. I didn't use a single spell slot. It was a very short encounter. But this is like a totally different way of playing the Hexblade. Alright, who can we aggro? I think I can aggro a bunch of guys down here. I have to run to the bathroom again. Let me see if I can just start the fight real quick. False Life is still active. Oh, I should call in my zombie. I mean, this is technically part of the build. It's something we get with Mystic Arcanum.
I'm never allowed sweet things right before bed.
This one time we'll make an exception.
Yeah, we can't do him when they're charred like that, but we can get this body. So let's do Create Undead. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom right now, and I'm going to let you guys, instead of going to the camp scene, I'm going to let you guys... Nope, we're going to go to the camp scene. Be right back in 30 seconds. Maybe 45.
See it? It's up there and we're down here.
Okay, I'm back. I gotta get like something that lets people know that when we're on that screen, it's not the end of the stream. Because I've been using it for the starting, the breaks, and also the ending. Let's do it. It's just so nice. It's such a nice feature to be able to cast darkness and not have it cost a spell slot when playing a warlock. It comes at the sacrifice of using the shadow blade, so we're dealing a little less damage. And we wouldn't be able to get this until halfway, 3/4 through Act 2, the spear. It's just so, this is great. It just frees me up for like all these other warlock things, and we replenish our spell slots after short rest, so you should be able to do that every single time you go into battle. I want to get the entire place involved in this battle. Hopefully she doesn't knock me down. Come on, just get into combat with me, dude. Seriously? Just gonna skip that turn. We do have shield blow with some of these shields too. It's actually quite nice. All right, we're gonna move this way. Nice. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I want to let these guys get a little bit closer though too. Knockdown. We also have shadow teleportation. So let's go ahead and we have edge of darkness too. Create a cloud of darkness while you attack. Once per short rest. So let's use this darkness, and I think I'm just gonna fight. We're gonna fight maybe just right here. That's fine. Thanks for the $1.99, Justin. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Oops. Sorry. You guys actually can't even hear the music either. You're just listening to me grunt. Nothing happened. I was just setting up the fight. I haven't even dealt damage to anybody, so we're all good. We in chat are also in the dark. Okay, I want these guys to get a little closer. I was hoping before I started attacking, but I think we're just going to start attacking right now. And she is currently not in the darkness. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cast Hexblade's Curse as a bonus here. We're going to use the mummy to attack. Beautiful. Does the mummy have multi-attack? It does. We're going to go back to Shadow, and then we're going to do... Now I have an Accursed Spectre. How about that? This is going good. And then we'll move. I think the mummy can be blinded. Yes. So the mummy's not going to be good in the darkness. Safe in the darkness, but not good. So the mummy would be something that you send out ahead to fight outside of the darkness. Jumped in, so now we get polearm opportunity attack here. With Executioner, I'm going to deny that, but that's a lot of damage. Still got a crit hit. Holy cow. How much damage? Dude, this is powerful. And now I have... Oh man, this is good. I'm gonna use... Oh, you can't use the bonus action until you actually do the first attack. So I can't use a bonus action attack with the spear. Did I forget to use false life? I did. That's fine. So in this case, we're just gonna do booming blade. Dead. And it looks like I actually get to fight in the darkness here. We do. Am I still in the darkness? Yes. So we do our other attack right here. The target is not cursed, but I have another chance to apply the curse. And we didn't get it, but that's fine. The mummy would finish her off for sure. It might be better in this situation to try to get her cursed before I actually attack and kill her, but that's okay. Oh, these guys don't know where I'm at, I don't think. This is a way better start than my Shadow Blade Hexblade. But I honestly, I think the first one is really good too. And I think it's going to be like the ultimate damage Hexblade, non-multiclass. But this seems like a way more fun Hexblade. You can do so much more. You have way more spell slots to mess around with. You're not just constantly focusing on melee, get the most damage possible. We're getting more cursed targets because we have the extra bonus action attack. I think I like this better. Even if it ultimately deals less damage. Like on a target-to-target basis. I'm just going to hold my ground. We could Eldritch Blast, of course, but I don't want to kill him right now, so... Mummy, you're going to stay right here with me. We'll go into Baldur's Gate after this. I bet you if I go into the city... I think they're level 10 in the city too. I might start getting knocked down. Alright, the Accursed Spectre, so here we go. Booming Blade. My god, look at this damage! What I don't get about Booming Blade is I never thought it would just work. Every time I attack, it gives me the damage, but it says strike with... Do we have any D&D 5e players in here? It says strike with your weapon, afflicting your foe with a resonance that hurts them for 3 to 24 thunder damage when they move. When they move. When I first started using this, I thought it was only going to be like if they decide to walk away or something. We're getting the damage on every single weapon attack. I don't know if that's right. Or if when they move just means when you attack them, their body moves. Or maybe it does damage when they... Also when they move, so we get the thunder damage on the first attack and then when they move as well. I don't get why we're getting the thunder damage. So I guess the first... Okay, alright. You know what? I get it now. I don't think it's a bug. I think I get it. I think you attack with Booming Blade and you get the thunder damage, and then the second time, then when they move, they also take more thunder damage. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to wait until patch 8 actually releases to see the notes and everything before like I make any guides or anything, because all this could change. That's crazy. Look at this damage that I'm dealing. I haven't used a single spell slot. Let's go up here and kill some more. This is incredible. And also, on this character too, I don't have the gear that I want. I mean, we have the spear, but that's pretty much it. Everything else is just what I had on Shadowheart on this playthrough. And my ability scores are also not optimized with Hag's Hair or anything.
They just had the sense to move quicker than us.
You were blushing with happiness to
You murdered someone in view.
The same in 5e. See, now that I have freed up spell slots, I actually have more of an opportunity to actually use spells like shield. Since we don't need it for Shadowblade and we don't need it for darkness. This might be better than the Shadowblade. It might even be better damage-wise because you end up dying as a Shadowblade. Imagine if the darkness didn't cost concentration, then it would be insane. I don't have an action to cast darkness right now, so this is kind of a bad start. Always want that darkness down as soon as possible, but that's fine. Let's just hold our ground. Yeah, hopefully I don't get knocked down. The spiny looking skeleton is a summon. Yeah, it's a summon. It's called a Cursed Spectre. It's a level 6 Hexblade feature. When you kill a target that's cursed by your Hexblade's curse, you can spawn in a Cursed Spectre. Alright, so once again, we're getting the Polearm Master opportunity attack. It's a straight up opportunity attack because they came within range. And I'm going to use it. But I'm also thinking in my head, if I use it now and I kill this person this round, I might not have the reaction for a Cursed Spectre. Let me just turn off Executioner. It's too powerful. Hey, look, we got Hexblade's Curse. Oh my god. We got Hexblade's Curse from the Polearm Master. This is good. Folks, I think we found it. I think we found it. What do you mean? You can't multi-attack with a zombie? Aim multiple attacks at a target that's frightened. Oh, okay. We'll just do a regular attack. Oh, you bastard. I wonder if they're going to nerf Booming Blade. Got to keep that in mind. Okay, so I have half HP right now because we are damn squishy, but I'm going to go ahead and cast Darkness. And then we're going to go ahead and drink a potion. Hopefully not get knocked down. And here we go. So this target is cursed, so we always want to attack the cursed target so we can get a specter to spawn. Damn it, you bastard. But I do have extra attack. I'm going to turn off execution. There we go. So much damage. And then I also have this bonus. Let me bring up my notes. This is why it's so important to, when you're doing guides for a game, a lot of content creators, myself included at times, you take shortcuts. You think you understand something, but if you don't go into the game and actually play it, you don't run into these situations that you forget about things. Like I forgot about getting knocked prone, canceling darkness. And I never would have imagined in 1,000 years that this spear build would have been not only more fun, but possibly just as powerful, if not more, than the Shadowblade build. So, spear, Hex, Polearm Master, feeling better than Shadowblade. Just making notes so I can, later on, I'll go back and like write paragraphs and stuff. Feeling better than Shadowblade. Have all 3 spell slots at start of encounter due to Shar's Spear. With that said, we won't have that until halfway through Act 2, or the end of Act 2. We have all 3 spell slots. We have all sorts of advantages within the darkness due to the Shar gear. we have the extra bonus attack from Polearm Master, which is not only extra damage, especially when using gear that gives extra, or false life. Is it called false life? No, life giver. Life giver? Is that what it's called? I don't think that's what it's called. Maybe it's the invocation, and gives more chances to apply Hexblade's curse. The benefits of Hexblade's curse are, hold on, the cursed target, when they die, they can become an accursed specter. What are the other things? Shit. Find out in a second.
Impero Tipi. Impero Tipi.
Here we go. So this guy has Hexblade's curse, so it's going to be interesting to see if he dies. I wonder if it doesn't work when you do Booming Blade. Let me do a regular attack. Shit. Interesting. So we are getting accursed specters to spawn in the darkness, so it's not the darkness that was preventing them before. I wonder if it was Booming Blade. I still have a bonus action to possibly get... Oh my god. I'm biased right now. When I was playing the other build, we were getting horrible rolls, and now the rolls are just way too good. So I gotta make sure it doesn't cloud my judgment here. And we have the mummy to attack with disadvantage in the darkness. The mummy should be outside the darkness, but that's fine. Another target for an opponent to choose to attack, not attack me. Life drink. I did buy my weapon, yes. So, if this was a bigger fight, I would really be trying to get the Flaming Fist healer to spawn in a Cursed Spectre too. Let's see if I can get the curse first. And then I'm going to try to kill the healer with Booming Blade and see if that prevents the Mundane Spectre from spawning. So let's just do a regular attack. Okay, Hexblade's Curse. Here we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the bonus action. And then Booming Blade. Let's see if this spawns a Spectre. I think it's just buggy. Because now I'm not having a problem getting the specters to spawn. So Booming Blade plays no role in that. Oh my god, look at my character right now. This is crazy. I think the specters only attack who you attack though, so it's important. Do they? That's something we got to keep an eye out on. Mummy, go this way. This is really cool. I gotta think now if there's a slight multi-class that would be better than, would make this even more powerful than if I were to go 12 into Warlock. Because level 11 Warlock is when we get Life Stealer. And then 12 is our ability score increase, or 12 is Warcaster or Resilient. Got some stuff to think about. And then we just stay in the darkness. It's that simple. Just stay in the darkness and shoot Eldritch Blast out, which is already powerful as it is. But these guys won't attack, I don't think, unless you... Maybe it's because they're blinded? Let's test this out too. Mummy, you stay right here. I'm going to cancel out the darkness. And I want to see if these guys attack when they're not blinded, or if they only attack the creature that I'm attacking. So I'm just going to move to right here and turn. Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. So let's cast darkness again. Whoa, shield the... Oh, no, okay. All right, darkness again. Let's see if it immobilizes the specters. Blinded, but not immobilized. Why do they get immobilized? I don't get that. Hold on. And turn. Yep, okay. So when they're... No. Wait, what is he doing? He just plucked soul. What the hell is that? He shouldn't be shooting in there. What's he shooting in with? Special spell or something? Skip turn. Very interesting. Fighter with action surge. I thought about that. But the thing is, let me pull up my notes here. The thing is, we either take 1 level or 2 levels in fighter. So level 11 is Mystic Arcanum for the Hexblade Warlock. You can't get access, so you'd need 2 level. Fighter is action surge is level 2. So I'd have to sacrifice level 11 and 12 of Warlock to get action surge. Really good, especially with the Warlock, because we can recharge on a short rest, our action surge, which basically means every encounter we can start off with action surge. Really powerful way to start an encounter. But we miss out on Mystic Arcanum, which in this case would be having an undead ally. We miss out on an extra spell, which doesn't matter in this case. We have plenty of spells. We miss out on Armor of Hexes. Creature you cursed with a hex, you get a 50% chance to nullify the attack. It's pretty good, but the problem is every time I hex a creature, I end up killing that creature too fast, so I never get a chance really to use Armor of Hexes. Although, hold on. Hold on. Consider using Hexblade's Curse, the bonus action, not the weapon proc, on a target at the beginning of combat. Target at the beginning of combat consider using Hexblade's Curse on a target that would be best to reduce incoming damage with. Ranged doesn't matter because you are in darkness, so it'd be a waste to use it on a ranged character at the start. So use on potentially non-primary or non, I can't think of words tonight. Use on, consider using on a melee opponent that you are not going to kill first. Therefore, you get Armor of Hexes to proc. All right. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I said that the right way, but what I'm thinking is when we come into a battle, I can rely on my weapon to apply Hexblade's Curse, and then immediately use my bonus action Hexblade's Curse on another melee opponent. And for the first couple rounds of combat, while that opponent is alive, Armor of Hexes is going to be proccing. That could be pretty good. Or you can just use it on your first opponent and try to kill them super fast, because there's a chance that it won't proc on the opponent that you're attacking, then you won't get the accursed specter. Risk versus reward. But if we took 2 levels in fighter, we would give up Armor of Hexes, which is fine. And we would also give up the level 12 feat and Life Drinker, which is Life Drinker. Hold on, is Life Drinker 1d6? Life Drinker is an invocation. Melee attacks deal additional necrotic damage equal to your charisma modifier. So at endgame, my charisma modifier would be 22. So you're giving up. Oh my god. I don't know if I like the action surge. I think I like staying Hexblade. You would be giving up Life Drinker, which is an extra 6 necrotic damage on every character that you attack, versus having 1 action surge. So having action surge would be better burst damage to start an encounter right or get it done quicker, while Life Drinker would be better over the course of a longer combat encounter. But not only would I be giving up Life Drinker, I also give up that the ability score increase or whatever, Warcaster. Honestly, I think in this case, I'm not multi-classing into fighter. I think it's a possibility, and I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. This is already a really good class. But I think I would personally just stay Warlock. Either could work. Either could work, but I do like staying Warlock so I can get Warcaster or Resilient at level 12, which is really important. The fact that spears work like polearms, so the polearm master feat is quite insane. I'm loving it. Paladin's the best multi-class for Warlock. Yeah, I think there's a really good Paladin Warlock build, but you do way more levels into Paladin than just 2. I don't know if 2 levels into Paladin, 1 or 2, would really do anything for my character. It would have to be a much bigger multi-class. Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't really help much with our HP if we're only taking 1 or 2 levels. We need at least 10 levels. Do I need at least 10 levels in Hexblade? I don't want to get too far away from playing a Hexblade. So there's so many good multi-classing opportunities with this subclass. When you just use like 1 or 2 in Hexblade Warlock and then do another class like Sorkadin, Hexadin, all those. But at the same time, the focus right now is playing a Hexblade. So we don't want to play, 10 Paladin or 10 Fighter or 10 Swords Bards and 2 Hexblade. You're not a Hexblade at that point. Although it could be super powerful. But like right now I'm in the mindset of Hexblade's a class, a new one, and we want to play it. We want to play most of it feeling like a Hexblade. I don't know what 2 levels in Paladin, what it would do that would make it worth it. I don't think it would be. But as like an actual multi-class, maybe? Of course, actually, not maybe. I don't know. Gotta think about that one. Smites? Yeah, but you're only 1 or 2 levels into Paladin to have how many smites? Do you even get... What level is Smite? A level 1? Do you even get Smite? I forgot Paladin. Hold on, let me look at the wiki. Hold on. Baldur's Gate 3. Let's find it out right now. You're not going to get the Paladin subclass, because I think that's at level 3. Let's see. Very good multi-class, but worth it for this Hexblade, this particular Hexblade build. Maybe, maybe not. We're getting Divine Sense, Lay on Hands, Channel Oath, and you get subclass at level 1. You do get a fighting style. Divine Smite's level 2. How many spell slots would I have? So you'd have 2 level 1 spell slots. You'd have 2 level 1 spell slots for 2 Divine Smites. You'd have the fighting style. And in this case, we could take... we could take dueling, which would be +2 to our damage. Or we could take protection for another AC boost. You know what, Sesame? You might be onto something here. I don't know how much Lay on Hands is really going to do. It's going to be not that powerful at level 1 because we're not getting this until the end of the game. And we also get a subclass too. Two divine... Oh, the Divine Smites recharge on long rest though, so that makes it less appealing. I'd have 2 Divine Smites per long rest with a class that benefits from short rests. What does Oath of Vengeance get right away? We're not going to be using that too much. Hold on. I'm going to write that down though. I'm going to look into that a little bit. It's better than I thought, even only doing 2 levels. I don't know if it's worth it though. For this darkness build, I don't know if it's worth it. Where did my notes go? I have like 17 things open here. Okay, let me look at the chat now. I'm sure you guys were saying things as I was talking out loud. I don't know when the patch is coming out. You can use your Warlock spell slots to cast the smites at higher level. Oh yeah, you're right, you're right. Wow. Wait, can you? Will it let you do that? Will I be able to cast Divine Smite with the Warlock spell slots? So then the Paladin, so the 2 Paladin spell slots would recharge on a long rest. My 3 Warlock ones recharge on a short rest. Meaning we could have potentially 5 Divine Smites with just a 2 multiclass. Minimum 3 per encounter. At the sacrifice of Resilient or Warcaster, the Eldritch Invocation, and Armor of Hexes. Okay, I don't know. It's something... We might mess with that in a little bit here. At least I got it written down, and I'll take a look later. Let's finish this turn, though. Definitely worth exploring, for sure. Thanks for bringing it up, Sesame. Actually, you know what? We will. We'll test it out right after this encounter's over. I'm really, really, really liking this particular Hexblade style, though. This is really, really fun.
Onward.
And there's so much more going on here than if I just did the Shadowblade build.
Respite.
All right, let's go to let's go back to camp. I'm also thinking in my head, like, Divine Smiting with Shadowblade would be a lot of damage.
Time to pack it in for the day, I think.
Okay, so my spear is dealing... End of 23. I'm gonna do another save. Oh no, the game crashed. You guys want me to play Claire Obscure right now? I'm under NDA. It's you're not allowed to play it right now, but I have the review code. Should I just start playing it and end my streaming career forever? You guys see it right here? Just kidding. Zymel, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. And thanks for the nice comment. If you want to keep with the shadow build idea, you could do a 6 Fiend Warlock and 6 Sword Bard. Yeah, the Sword Bard combo I've been thinking about quite a lot. It's definitely on my to-do list to look into. That was the Accursed Spectre, Nash. It comes with the Hexblade. When you kill a cursed target, it spawns a Spectre. I got Fable Anniversary Edition on my desktop right now.
Scavenge whatever you can from this mess. We'll make something out of it.
Onward in her name.
And to think I don't even have...
Give it a
I know
try.
I keep saying this, but I need to keep reminding you guys, like, my ability scores are not optimized right now, nor is my gear. I'm just using whatever I had on this character on this playthrough that took place almost 2 years ago. Isn't that crazy? We're coming up on a 2-year mark of Baldur's Gate 3. Not quite, but we're almost there. It's crazy to think about how fast time flies. Alright, so now that I've discovered how good the spear build is at conserving spell slots, now we can actually think about using like Armor of Agathis or other spells. Unfortunately, Hunger of Hadar is going to use our concentration, so that's going to be like one that you would either end with or have somebody else cast Darkness. Something like Cone of Cold though, like this is so good. I feel like at least once per encounter, maybe twice, we can get off a very high level spell with the Warlock. Simply because Darkness doesn't cost a spell slot because of the spear. And this actually also brings into play Hold Monster and Hold Person, two of the best spells in the game. The problem is when you cast them with a Warlock, you're risking a lot, because if it doesn't actually succeed, you wasted the entire spell slot. I have no problem casting Hold Person and Hold Monster with a wizard, with a sorcerer. It's just like when there's a chance of a spell not succeeding, it's a lot harder to commit to it when you only have 3 spell slots. And also, we could be using the Spellcrux amulet, and I could be able to restore spell slots too. This could be really, really good. Alright, here we go.
Thou walkest alone. Love is no domain. Dost thou as?
And we'd be playing as a half-orc right now, getting Savage Attack too. Okay, Warlock. Let me just look at the Paladin level 1 real fast. It probably would be better to start as a Paladin, but honestly, like, I don't know. It's like when these new subclasses come out, like, it's not all about, like, trying to make the most powerful build you can. It's about playing the subclasses, you know what I mean? You're just delaying the Hexblade when you want to play the Hexblade. You're delaying the abilities. The lay on hands would be almost pointless for the multi-class, especially for an action. In Divine Sense, actually Divine Sense actually might not be horrible to have, but then again, We're fighting in darkness, so this is also kind of pointless because we'll have advantage on darkness. And then we get our channel oath charges. This is going to take away one of my ASIs though, or one of my feats. Holy Rebuke. Oath of the Vengeance, we get Inquisitor's Might. Do channel oath charges recharge on short or long rests? Does anybody know off the top of their head? Oath of the Crown gets Righteous Clarity. Target yourself or an ally to additionally grant the target proficiency bonus on their attack rolls. Not too bad. Lasts for 10 turns too. My god. Or Healing Radiance. See, the problem with these healing spells is that they're going to be pretty much pointless. They're only going to be good in the beginning of the game. Like 5 healing is nothing by the time you're in Act 3. But that's okay. There's going to be some pointless features doing this, of course. Trying to think what would be best here. Oath of the Crown. Proficiency bonus to attack rolls could be really nice. Or the extra radiant damage. But that only lasts for 2 turns. That's a support for a friendly. I'm thinking Oath of the Crown here has the best. I think that's what we want. Alright, and once again, I can't get my ability scores the way that I want because we don't have Hag's Hair, but we're going to go... Let me just dump these. We're going to go... I'm going to use Resilient. Am I still going to be able to take Resilient, though? That's the question. That's the big question here. Resilient, ASI, hat. That would have us at 20 for now. That's good enough. All right. And then we'll do 16, 15, 14. We'll do 2 more into wisdom. Although, we're not getting knocked down. Maybe I should do 2 into strength. Doesn't really matter. We'll figure that out. Oh, hold on. I didn't use my other one. Oh. There we go. I actually like that. Or 2 into here. Like wisdom's more important for the CC spells. I don't know why I'm spending so much time right now. This doesn't matter right now. We'll do this for now. I'm gonna take the resilient feat. That's gonna get us to 16. And then I'll do ASI to 18 plus the birthright hat, which I don't have on these characters. That would be 20. It would be different if we had the Hag's Hair. Good enough. Good enough for now. Okay, so this gives us Righteous Clarity, Lay on Hands, which is going to be pointless, I think. And then Divine Sense is going to be mostly useless. Wonder if I could do 1 level into another class. Trying to think here, like... Nah, fighting style probably makes Paladin 2 worth it. You have a shield, impose disadvantage on an attack against your allies. No, we're not doing. We're selfish. We're not helping out allies. Great Weapon Master. So we can switch. We can either have another +1 to our AC, or we can deal more damage. This is a flat +2 of damage to every attack, which is a lot of damage. Or just get a flat +1 to armor class. I'm actually kind of feeling like dueling's more fun, you know, getting more damage. We're trying to get as much damage as possible, but I'm feeling like the +1 to AC might actually be worth it. Because one of the biggest Hexblade problems here is our squishiness. Is we're very squishy and we die quickly. I'm going to choose defense, but you could do either or. Depends on what you want to focus on. But thinking in my head, playing solo right now, defense is probably better. Alright, now we're going to go into Hexblade. And we're going to take our usual. And for spells, I got to think a little bit harder here. Shield, I think I want shield. And then, I don't know if Armor of Agathis is worth it or not. Maybe early on in the game. We'll take shield. We can't do hex because of concentration. We'll just take it. We're going to have a lot of spells that we don't use anyway, so. Let me get another spell. Doesn't really matter. Really at all. But we'll take, sure, Hunger of Hadar, and it might be nice to have Witch Bolt when you're playing, just in case you wetten the target or something. And then you can help out with the vulnerable damage. And then we're going to go for Devil's Sight, of course. An Agonizing Blast. Oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't think about that. I think we're gonna be missing out. That's okay. We're gonna test this out, but we are gonna only have 2 Warlock spell slots. Then again, hold on. Yeah, we're only gonna have 2 Warlock spell slots. So we're sacrificing a spell slot. Okay. Well, this is already going to be super powerful, so we need some things that are holding us back, right? I think I want to take Shadowblade right now, because I want to just compare damage out of curiosity compared to the spear. And then for the feat, we definitely need Charisma up to 18. For now. Spells will take Misty Step, and then we're going to take Repelling Blast or Fiendish Vigor, whatever. I actually really like Fiendish Vigor. It's like you can always use it. You get that 7 temp HP. Every encounter you can come in with 7 more. I think it's better than having an invocation that you barely use. Maybe Counterspell. Hunger of Hadar is not going to work because we're concentrating on darkness. I mean, Mirror Image is always nice to have, but people are attacking with disadvantage anyways, so probably not the best. Hold Person, Concentration. So I think our best bet here is just... we're looking for emergency spells once again. Or Shatter, but probably not. There's a couple things. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Nope, that's psychic damage. I was going to say. The Resonant Stone that we can get in Act 2. But that's psychic damage. That's also concentration. There's really nothing here that stands out. Nothing at all. Maybe you're looking at utility spells at this point. Okay. Keep in mind we have our level 1 Paladin slots. I think we can cast level 1 Warlock spells, but we can't like cast a level 5 spell with a level 1 Paladin slot. So the more level 1s that I have, the more chance of me actually being able to use them. But I don't think we need any of these, so this is all just kind of bullshit right now. This is all just kind of bullshit. Counterspell for emergencies, and then we're going to take Repelling Blast. Now we're going to go for Resilient. Our con goes even. And then we get proficiency added to our con ability saving throws. Level 11, we only have 2 more levels. So Cone of Cold, really good. AoE doesn't require concentration, so I want that one. This next one doesn't really matter. And there's really nothing that would benefit me in combat, probably. Although, hold on. Hold on. Are we using Divine Smites, or are we using... Now that I don't... Are we using both of our Warlock spell slots for Divine Smite? Probably. But this is kind of tempting for this build without the Paladin multiclass. When you have 3 spell slots, to just be able to conjure an elemental, that's really powerful. To have 3 extra spell slots, not used on Darkness, not used on Shadowblade, and be able to conjure an elemental, plus conjure a mummy every short rest. Gotta write this down, hold on. Hold on. For a spear build with more spell slots available, consider Minions of Chaos for 2 summons. Very powerful, and we can keep the summon in the darkness too. Not concentration either. I'm going to take that for now. I don't know if this would be the choice if we do the Paladin multiclass, because we might want Divine Smite. But I'm thinking this for the spear build without the multiclass. Yo, Zyfiel. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to post in there. Thanks for letting me know. At this point, I guess it's too late. Yeah, you can wear heavy armor too. I'm wondering if that would be... I gotta look at the armor in this game and see if it would be better to run heavy armor. At what point do you get what AC? I mean, like, some of the medium armor is really good though too, like the adamantine. I gotta look at the benefits of those armor. I'm not sure if it would be a better play to run heavy over medium or not. We have a +2 to our dex. If I wore the gloves of dexterity, I would have an 18. I would have a +4 in dex with the armor of agility. I don't know if the gloves of dexterity would be the play for this class or for this build, but I'm thinking that it might be. Armor of agility, 17 AC, plus gloves of dexterity, 18, 19, 20, 21. Or we can find heavy armor. There's heavy armor that's 21, isn't there? I have to look into it. That's going to require a little research, like when you're able to acquire what. Yeah, plus the shield. Yeah. I mean, you would have plus the ring of protection, plus the cloak of protection. You're looking at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, possibly 24 with the shield. 25 for the ring, 26 for the cloak. Now our Hexblade is actually... That weakness of feeling squishy is starting to look a little bit better. I wonder what you could achieve with the heavy armor. I can't remember the heavy armor ACs off the top of my head, what it goes up to. I think you can find one that's 21, but it's like at the end of the game. So I don't know if heavy's the way to go, but it's nice to have it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Just taking something that's not concentration right now. Alright, that's the end of this class. The Hexadin. Let's see what we got. Let's see how powerful this is. We no longer have Armor of Hexes. We only have 2 spell slots. But we've gained Divine Smite. We've gained Righteous Clarity with the new Paladin subclass. This is definitely... It's sounding pretty good. Let me do some organization here. All the spells that I'm actually going to be using are coming over here. The important ones, all the other ones are just, if you want them, you can have them. If you don't have to have them. False Life we're using. Conjure Elementals, the new one that we're going to be possibly using, although it requires a spell slot. There's our Divine Smite. Booming Blade, of course. Shadow Blade I'm not using, but we're going to compare damage out of curiosity. And Righteous Clarity we're going to be using. It's a Channel Oath charge. Oh, so Channel Oath charge Channel Oath charges recharge on a long rest. With that said, I have 3 of them. So that basically means I could cast this every encounter. Every encounter. Trying to understand this though. Is this like double same? Target yourself or an ally to additionally grant the target's proficiency bonus to their attack rolls. So double proficiency? Where do you get info on the new subclasses? Oh, I mean, it's all over the internet from people that have been playing the playtests. Sure, you could just do a search. I'm not sure why, like, we're already getting our proficiency bonus on our attack rolls. I don't get that. We're going to test that out a little bit. I'm just missing something. We go and test that out a little bit. And there we go. Divine Sense we're probably not going to be using, because we're going to be in darkness pretty much at all times. All right, so here's our setup. So let's start off with False Life. 7 more HP. Let's go ahead and bind our spear. This lasts for 10 turns, so we're going to be casting that before combat begins, possibly in combat. And I'm going to hold off on Conjure Elemental right now. Now let's go to reactions. We turned off Executioner. I'll leave Shield Blow on. Oh, you know what I didn't take? Oh, crap. Oh, no. I forgot to take Polearm Master. So the multi-class it's requiring me to sacrifice other things that I was liking, which is of course how multi-classing works. So what I could do, we only get 2 feats when we do this multi-class. So we could do 17, Hag's Hair gets it to 18. We could play with 18 Charisma all the way until Act 3, where I get the hat that gives me 20 Charisma. And that will give me a chance to take the Resilient feat at level 5, and the Polearm Master feat at level 8. Paladin breaks oath with Hag's Hair. Okay, thanks for the reminder. There's a lot to think about. There's in there. So Pal 2, Hex 10. Only get 2 feats. 2 feats. Is Polearm Master worth it? Is Resilient or Warcaster worth it? We got some thinking to do. It's probably not that bad to have 18. I mean, 18 charisma until Act 3 is fine. It's just like everything I have works on charisma, so it'd be nice to have 20. We just don't have the opportunity to do... I don't know if Polearm Master is worth... What's more important, getting Polearm Master or getting a 20 in charisma before Act 3? Polearm Master was pretty damn nice. Like, that bonus attack was really nice. Especially with all of our extra damage modifiers. Alright, let's go out and let's kill some stuff. Let's go to... I gotta be careful, but we're gonna go back to the city this time. Hopefully I don't get knocked prone. Yeah, I mean, we could take 2 levels off of the Warlock. Let's look at the chart. The main thing is getting the Spectre. Warlock, Baldur's Gate 3, hold on. So if we go 4 Paladin, I feel like we're slowly turning into a primary Paladin with a side of Hexblade. I don't want to turn into that. So if we go, oh man, I'd be missing out on an invocation. That's okay though. There's a couple invocations that I don't need. The only invocation that was really good was the level 12 one. So we'd be giving up an invocation. Huh. We'd be giving up if we're not giving up too much, then I would consider doing it. But like I said, I don't want this to become something that's not a Hexblade. Like, I don't want it to be primarily something else. Like, I can save I can save those builds for something else. We'd be giving up, oh, Armor of Hexes. That's it? It might be worth going 4 levels in Pally. 4 Pally 6 Hex maybe? Or 4 Pally 8 Hex? Question mark? We're gonna dig deeper into that later. We get fighting style, then we also get divine health. We get a subclass feature, and we get that feat. That was the thing that I was really trying to get. What is it? The oath. What am I playing right now? Oath of the Crown. Is that what I chose? So we would then get Champion Challenge. Challenge enemies around you, compelling them to attack only you. So we don't really need that. You would get Turn of the Tide. Channel Oath, action available to Crown Paladins, which heals all nearby allies and neutral creatures. Not really important for the build. And then we also get Command. Oh, that's it right there. Command and Compel Duel. Neither of which we want. Okay. So then you got to think is what Paladin subclass would be worth multiclassing into. Now that we're taking 4 versus only taking 2, because the Oath of the Crown was really good at level 2. Or we take 2 levels in Fighter now and then get Action Surge. There's so many different things that you can do, it's crazy. All right, but let's go into the world. Let's just kill a couple people before we get too crazy here. Let me send everybody else back. Who am I playing as? Am I playing as Shadow? Shadow. So we're going to send everybody else back to camp.
Steel sharp, hamster hungry.
Yeah, it's a nice wiki for sure. I don't think there's any ads on it either. They're very minimal. Alberta Vengeance. Yeah, true.
Let's get on with it.
All right, let's start some shit. With our level 1 paladin slots, we can cast we're getting 2 extra spell slots here. We can't be doing bless, we can't be doing that, we can't be doing, well, cure wounds isn't going to be powerful. Is there any point in having the 2 extra paladin spell slots? Is the question. Armor of Agathis. That might be the point, actually, to always have that active. No, because it's level 1 Armor of Agathis. That's not good. That's not good. Extra smites. Yeah, but they're only level 1 smites. So with that said, that's still pretty good, right? Okay, you know what? It is the extra smites. It's still good at level 1. It's all extra damage too, so. All right, let's kill some folks. I'm gonna not conjure elemental. Let me go ahead and cast Righteous Clarity right now. I want to make sure I proc a lot of people. We have a guard. We have a guard right here. All right. We got False Life active. Let's do it. Has their proficiency bonus added to their attack rolls. I don't get that. Alright, let's take a shot. I'm just trying to get combat started here. And I'm going to take a risk and not actually do darkness. Or should I do darkness? No, I'll do darkness on my character. And then I can at least run into the darkness. But they're not going to... If I shoot when I'm inside the darkness, they're not going to fight me because they don't know I'm there, so... We got to start combat outside of the darkness. Stealth successful.
You were witnessed assaulting.
This is exactly what testing is for. Yep. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have the polearm master feat right now. I wanted that to be part of this, but let's just see how the divine smites work out of curiosity. And we're fighting 2 of them. Can I get this guy into the battle too? I'd like him to fight. I'm going to take an opportunity attack and move into the darkness. That would have been cool if we're not going to use shield. I wish I could do shield. I wish I could cast it with the Paladin spell slot, but I don't think you can as a reaction. Trying to think in my head if... So when we make this multi-class, like the primary focus is going to be Divine Smite damage. So we're not going to be using these really as much. Okay, let the fun begin. You guys ready for this? So we start off with Booming Blade. Now what I was saying before with Hexblade's Curse was to think about using it on a target that you're not attacking first. So that target, when they attack you, Armor of Hexes would go off. We don't have Armor of Hexes right now. And then let your weapon proc it on the first guy that you're attacking. Well, that's a great start. I need my bonus action. Be right back. Sorry for pausing that in the middle of the combat encounter, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do, right? I don't know how much more HP I have. I feel like I don't have that much more than when I was playing full Hexblade. We started with a little bit more, but I feel like I was at like 99 with the Hexblade. So I don't know if I actually am tankier. Alright. Booming Blade. No Divine Smite. That's why. Damn. It's a lot of damage. If this worked with Booming Blade too. Why didn't he become a... I see, I think it's bugged. That should have became an accursed specter. Didn't I test it earlier? If targets were burned, they still would turn into a specter? I think I did. That was really lucky. This is going to be so much damage. All right, this guy's got Hexblade's Curse. So we can use the level 1, which will add an additional 2 to 16 damage. Or we could use the 5, which is an additional 5 to 40 damage.
Spasm grips your chest.
Oh no.
Your strength.
Now I gotta worry about my
And
oaths.
the cook-
Shit. Shit. Seriously?
This way.
You were witnessed assaulting some.
Come on, dude. I want to fight more than you. Wish I could bring you to my darkness. There should be a bunch of flaming fists at the top. Oathbreaker will be better. Well, I mean, yeah, for testing probably. If I was doing a playthrough, I don't know if I would just be killing random guards on the street, so I might actually be able to uphold my oath. Maybe it was... Did I use my reaction RD? I don't think I did. Did I use it for anything? Alright, I'm gonna try to... We're gonna disengage here. Why am I moving so slow right now? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if Righteous Clarity was adding double. What is... Oh, here we go. Now they're all in the conversation. Here we go. It's double proficiency bonus. That's crazy. You guys see that? So this is why I was wondering, like, so Righteous Clarity says add proficiency bonus to the attack rolls. Your proficiency bonus is already added to your attack rolls, so the wording is really, it really confuses you. But as you can see in the attack roll right here, I had my proficiency bonus added. And then also Righteous Clarity. So it is double. So I think Oath of the Crown is going to... I mean, this is really good. You're like never going to miss an attack roll. Like, if you have double your proficiency bonus added... End game, that's an extra... Wow. Yeah, that's for 10 rounds, and most combat encounters don't last longer than that. Mine's almost gone because I was messing around, but... That's crazy. We're learning all sorts of things. Okay, back to what we're doing with darkness. Oh, look, I have this too. So this will give me a little bit of save time. Oh no, hold on, I can't use this. Alright, we're not in a lightly obscured area. I don't have a way to cast darkness right now. We're just gonna take the hit. Here they come. What happened to my music? Oh no, I skipped my turn. Shit. I clicked spacebar by accident. Damn, 17 damage. I might end up dying before I can get up. Hey Topher, what's up? Oh yeah, it was fine, yeah. Just please don't die. I didn't save this. Alright, here we go. Perfect. So now we're gonna go... I don't have any... I do have a way to heal myself, but the healing is just so minor when you don't have... when you're using level 1 spell slot, so it's almost like pointless in a way. You would just be taking potions. I don't have a way to heal myself right now outside of that, unless I... Hold on, let's go. I'm trying to just live a little longer. Let's send this to Shadowheart. Live a little longer so we can test these things out right now. And I should have technically short rested after that battle too. Okay, wait. Hold on. Wait. Shield is working. Shield is working with the Paladin spell slots. I just don't know what it would take it from when it initially is going off when I have Warlock spell slots. Like, I think by default, initially, it might be taking it from... It might be upcasting it with a Warlock spell slot and then wasting the higher level spell slot. But I don't know for sure. Oh yeah, with the Pally 4/8 split, I could have Polearm Master, yeah. We'd also would have more spell slots too. Oh, there's so many possibilities, isn't there? Did I lose darkness? No, darkness is still here. All right. So, unfortunately, I didn't short rest after that first encounter. That would have been what I should have done. But you know what? Let's just attack this guy and hopefully get Hexblade's curse. Do I even have curse? I do. I have this left too. But I think we're gonna get the curse on attack. Why no divine smite? I don't know what that V means. With Polearm Master, we would have the bonus attack right now to finish this guy. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. We're only 2 levels into Paladin right now. So I still have Armor of Hexes. But that's going to stop me from creating a Cursed Spectre, so I'm not going to use it. And I'm also not going to use Shield Blow. Guess these guys don't want to come in the darkness. That one's on trigger automatically. Oh, I didn't notice that. How did that happen? Oh, what are these right here? Oh, I get it now. I get it. See, I've never done this before. This is cool. This is really cool. So I can set it to where I have shield go off with the Paladin spell slots and not the Warlock spell slots. So I have that choice in the reaction menu. I didn't think Larian accounted for that. And that's what that is right there. The red V is the 5th level spell slot. That's great. Larian's the best. Okay, now we got our Accursed Spectre. Still have 2 spell slots left too. The darkness is all the way up here. We're gonna move up for our extra attack.
Time to meet your maker.
Divine Smite for an extra 2 to 16 radiant damage. We only get those once per long rest. So basically the way I look at it is if we only did a 2 Paladin multiclass, you have 1 extra slot per encounter. One Paladin slot per encounter. So that way you go into each encounter with 3 total spell slots. Unless you long rest after every encounter, which you could probably do actually. The funny thing is, to get Char's spear, I think you have to let Shadowheart kill the Night Song. So how many people aren't willing to let that happen? I don't know if there's another way to get it. No Accursed Spectre? I don't get that. I think it's bugged because I have my reaction. Unless it has to go past the Spectre, I don't know. And the Spectre also didn't... Oh, because he's immobilized. I think they're still supposed to spawn when you kill. They're supposed to move, even in the darkness. They just don't move on their own. I was supposed to mess with Blade Singer and a couple other subclasses tonight, but we've just been so engrossed with the Hexblade right now.
I'm not going to last much longer.
I'm gonna die, but that's okay. We're gonna go out with a bang. I'm just thinking about things. Hey, now it spawned. Okay. I wonder if the darkness completely immobilizes them. Hey, Keely, what's up? Good, I'm excited too. Hallie Lock working out? Yeah, so far it's pretty good. I have to think about all this, like what I actually want to go with. There's so many like give and takes that it's hard to know like what's best. And, you know, a lot of the things that I choose in games too are what I like too. It doesn't have to necessarily be like the best multi-class combo or the best level split. Sometimes, you know, I like to have fun too. All right, let's go back to... Did I not do a save? That's the Shadowblade one. I'm thinking in my head for Pally now. And another thing to consider is too, like, you're not actually the full multi-class combo until level 12. All right, let's try this again.
Thou walkest alone. Now, dost thou require...
And we're going to try to get Polearm Master this time. And Resilience. So we would have ASI. Hag's Hair would have me at 18 Charisma. Then I have ASI, Polearm Master, and Resilient. Those are the 3 feats that we need. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. I mean, I don't have the Hag's Hair now, so 16 is gonna have to do for now. We're gonna leave that at 15. Are there any items in the game that give you a +1 to Dex? I think there is, actually. And then I'd probably do something like that. Alright, let's level this up. We're going to do 8 Hexblade, 4 Paladin. Yeah, I've been thinking about the gloves of Dex, but it's just so much to think about. There's other equipment that I can have for that too that helps with other things. The cool thing about the gloves of Dex is that not only would that allow me to get, you know, the armor of agility, or there's another one that's pretty high too, that will get my AC up to 21 without the shield or without any other extra bonuses. Maybe not. Hold on. I'm thinking. Yeah, the cool thing about that is that I could actually dump Dex and raise my strength, so therefore I have a better chance at actually resisting being knocked prone, which would break darkness. That's something I would consider doing for a solo build. So Gloves of Dex would help with higher AC, but also allow me to put points into strength to resist knockdowns, which break. Excuse me. The thing is, like, how much do you care about knockdowns? So, like, it depends. Like, if you're playing solo, knockdown's really important. If you're playing with a party of 4, it's not that big of a deal if you get knocked down. So the context matters. All right, so we're going to take, doesn't matter what order we do this, but I'm going to take Resilient right now. Now we're at level 5. We're going to take... I want Shadowblade just so I can compare the damage. It's not a pick that I would actually make for this. Fiendish Figure. There's like no good level 1 spells. I'm thinking for the Paladin spell slots, but actually, no, we're not, yeah. Oh, we'll get level 2 spells, actually. Okay, so if we do 4 in Paladin, now we're looking at level 2 Warlock spells that can be cast with the Paladin spell slots. So, let's look here. Mirror Image is a great spell. It doesn't require concentration, too. Just changing 2 levels with a multi-class, it just changes the entire way that you have to think about things. We would have access to Shatter, or we save the spell slots for Smite. But I'm thinking for emergency situations here, what would be good to have? Mirror Image might not be bad to have for an emergency, honestly. We're not using Hold Person because it's concentration. Nor Clouded Daggers. Branding Smite is concentration. And Blur is concentration. Alright, so I'm taking Mirror Image. And then we're going to go for... probably going with Repelling Blast. There's no way that we can get that level 12 invocation when we're multi-classing. I'm just taking visibility for utility purposes. And now we're going to take Polearm Master. Just don't know if it's worth it. Like, I keep thinking about this. We've gotten plenty of opportunity attacks when people have moved in range in the darkness, which is really good. With that said, it uses up the reaction, which makes it so I can't use shield, I can't use a Cursed Spectre. I think it's probably, if we're doing a multi-class, I think having the extra bonus attack is probably worth it alone, just because we can do so much damage with Divine Smite. Alright, so we have level 8 into that. Now we're going 4 into Paladin. We're just kind of see what it does. And I really liked the Oath of the Crown bonus action here a lot. I almost don't care about like the subclass features later on at level 3, because this can just be used in every fight and it's so good. So we're gonna go Oath of the Crown once again. I might end up breaking my oath. I do have to think about that. What is the Oathbreakers feature? Hold on. Oathbreaker gets... Control Undead. Spiteful Suffering. An action available to those that have chosen the path of the Oathbreaker. Steep an enemy in darkness. The target takes 1d4 plus charisma modifiers. That lines up well. Necrotic damage each turn. And attack rolls against it have advantage. We're already going to have advantage on almost all of our attack rolls, so that we don't need that. But we're getting extra damage. I mean, that's not too bad. And then these spells are better than the Oath of the Crown spells. Then we get Hellish Rebuke, which we won't be using. Inflict Wounds, probably won't be using. Alright, we're going to go Defense over Dueling. Like when you multi-class, it's okay. Like you're like a lot of the features that you get from classes are going to be pointless. Like you're usually multi-classing just for specific things. In this case, Divine Smite. So it's okay, even if like 70% of the Paladin features or spells we're not using, as long as we're getting the features that we want, and those features can keep up with the level that we're at or exceed. Turn the Tide, going to be pointless. Champion Challenge, we're never going to use. We're never going to use Command. We're never going to use Compelled Duel. I mean, we're getting better HP, though. Doing 4 levels into Paladin versus 2. So we're a little bit beefier, which is nice. Can't be diseased. Oh, I keep forgetting Command actually doesn't use concentration. So we'll take that one, and then we're not going to use Searing Smite. This one doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm not using any of these. Not a single one. And here's our other feat. So this would be, I would actually have 18 in charisma now, and this will get our charisma up to 20. Command them to walk in the darkness. Yeah, you could. But you also waste an action on that when you could just Eldritch Blast. for a shit ton of damage. So Nadira, WolfheartFPS. Yeah, we gotta think here. So we do have a couple things that are conflicting. Oh wait, no, hold on. Divine Smite's not... Divine Smite doesn't trigger with a reaction. It doesn't cost a reaction. It pops up like a reaction. I'm not telling you guys this in chat. I'm thinking it in my head. It pops up like a reaction, but doesn't trigger a reaction, even though it's under the reactions category. So therefore, it doesn't conflict with a Cursed Spectre. Alright, this will be our last combat encounter for the night. I gotta go eat some food. Anybody watch the Masters? I'm gonna look at the scorecard right now. The scoreboard right now with all of you guys here. Even though I know 99% of you guys don't give a F. I like these streams are actually, they're kind of fun. Like, this is stuff that I would be doing off stream. Like, most of the time I do this stuff off stream if I'm working to understand something or make a build. And although doing it off stream is actually, it's nice because I can concentrate a lot better. On stream has been great too, because there's way more people than I would expect that show up for this stuff, at least when I'm doing it for Baldur's Gate 3. The viewers are better than if I'm playing another game, just playing it. We also have the combined knowledge of the chat, giving ideas for things. And I don't have to worry about, like, continuing a game and, like when I'm streaming, I'm usually, like, trying to make sure that you guys are immersed in the story and I'm not stopping and ranting about things. When we're doing this, who cares? So we're going to talk about the Masters leaderboard right now. Justin Rose, -7. Connors is -4. I don't know who that is. Scotty Scheffler at -4, the defending champion. Aberg at -4, young guy. Hatton -3. DeChambeau at -3. I love DeChambeau. He's a professional golfer on the Live Tour, who also does a YouTube golf channel. And then we have Justin Thomas at -1. Fred Couples at -1. Where is Rory McIlroy? You kidding me? He didn't finish in the top on day 1? Only day 1. All right, we'll get back to... Hold on one second. I just got to see where Rory McIlroy is, and then I promise. All right, Rory McIlroy is even. Damn, Justin Rose at -7. Okay, all right. No, nobody's talking golf in the chat, so we'll move on from that. Let's get our stuff ready here. We're not going to really be using the channel oaths for heals. I thought I forgot Booming Blade for a second. I'm going to cast 6 to 19 damage. 8 to 35 with Booming Blade with Shar's Spear right now. 8 to 35. Now if we do Shadow Blade, which keep in mind, uses up one of your spell slots, which is a big deal for the Warlock. Shadow Blade with Booming Blade is doing 8 to 46. So we went from 8 to 39 to 8 to 46 at the cost of a spell slot, at the cost of being able to cast Darkness without a spell slot. Oh my god, I think Shar's Spear is way better. Is way better than going Shadow Blade, even though Shadow Blade does deal more damage. Like, all around, I think overall you're just getting way more benefit with Shar's Spear. And it's not even that much less damage. Plus we have Polearm Master, which probably evens the damage out anyways. Never would have expected that. Now, Shadow Blade's really good, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of Warlocks are going to run with it. Not everybody wants to, you know, do what you have to do to get this spear right here. $8 to 35. Okay, so I mean, there is a difference, but it's fine. Is this for the solo build? Well, initially I started the session off thinking I would never do Hexblade solo. But as we play on here and I switch to the spear build, and now that we're messing with things, I don't know, maybe I would.
That helped.
You know what would be really nice is having a bard in your group too. Having a bard that can get you 3 Song of Rest, get you a 3rd short rest. Be a very powerful combination. Alright, let's go kill some stuff. Where should I go this time? The Temple of Baal. I don't know if there's anything in the Undercity that I want to fight. Probably not. Let's go fight the guild. It's going to be a crazy fight. But that's okay. I'll go down fighting. There's going to be way too many to probably win, but without doing anything crazy. I'm going to have to kill the guys outside the guild, I think. Starry Druid and Hexblade Warlock combo? I never even thought about that. Interesting combination. Thanks, Keely.
Have to keep going.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. This way.
All right. Those of you guys that are just tuning in right now, we have 4 Paladin, 8 Hexblade, missing out on a few invocations. We have an extra Paladin spell slot though. Unfortunately, since Paladins are not full casters, we don't have higher level spell slots. We're stuck with all the level 1s. With that said, these level 1s can be used for shield if we set them in the reaction menu. And they can be used for divine smites, which are still not bad power. But they're once per long rest. So it's important to keep that in mind, that you don't expend them all thinking that you get them back on a short rest like you do with your other spells. Let's go ahead and bind weapon. False life. And I have the Polearm Master Feat and Resilience. Oh, I killed all these guys. Nice. Okay. I'm going to save. Let me save this. I'm going to come back and test this out later. So this is 4 Pally, 8 Hex. Party of different Hexblade and other class combos. The Apomancer. Oh, Star Druid 2 has the con saves.
Ah, so all I need to know is, does that include you?
Well, we started a war, but half the people are on my side, so I don't know if this was the encounter that I wanted to get into, to be honest with you. Because casting darkness right now, when I don't have a place to fight people, since they're all not focused on me, I think I'm going to leave this encounter. It's my turn in about T-minus 17 minutes. That's not the encounter for us. If I could fight all of them, it would be. Yeah, you know, I've thought about the Resonant Stone with Shadowblade quite a lot, and it seems pretty ridiculous. But it's kind of like a cheese, too, in a way. I think I prefer this spear build right here. Feels more warlocky.
I must keep going.
Oh. Should we kill this patrol right here? There's a steel watch too. Yeah, maybe we're gonna do this. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Shit. Whoa, what just happened?
Left, right.
You witnessed
Might be a bad start. I wanted to get darkness down, but they're leaving me. Oh crap, that's not good. Don't have an action. Shit. Well, at least I didn't have darkness out, right? This is not a good start. This is not a good start. Don't have a bonus action for darkness because I had to stand up. Crap. I wish Misty Step could be cast as a level 1 spell. That would be great. So there's a lot of things I could do right now to get out of this, but we're trying to use all the features and hold our ground. So let me think for a second. I have this potion. Then I have to survive another round without getting knocked down and hopefully be able to cast darkness. Could start attacking right now too. Actually I can't, never mind, because I need to make the polearm attack to get the bonus one. I think we just see if we can survive. Alright, so here's our first. This is going to be a reaction. This is really good. If you're playing on the front line, like, this is turning out to be a really good feat. Just like a free attack. Not only do I have good damage right now with Divine Smite, I also have the chance of cursing the target with Hexblade's curse. Just like that. So this is an opportunity attack right now. This is an opportunity attack. Hexblade's curse is active. We just dealt 22 damage without Divine Smite. Now we're going to do a Divine Smite level 6. 30 damage. You know, the Paladin multiclass brings in all sorts of different gear in this game too. All sorts of different equipment. There's so many radiant, so much equipment out there that helps out your radiant damage. Perfect. Now we can do darkness. Now, oh no, that was our action. So now we just gotta hope to survive. And I'm of course going to, I can't. We want to kill the cursed target first though to hopefully spawn a specter. In the time being, I'm going to cast Hexblade's curse on this guy. We're not going to be able to take advantage of Armor of Hexes though, because we're a multi-class. Interesting. Okay, so it's the other route. So I don't think I want to use Shield Blow because it's going to stop me from being able to use the Cursed Spectre, I think. Unless a Cursed Spectre is not a reaction. No, Cursed Spectre is a reaction, so... Alright, so this guy we're going to kill first. But I'm going to save Booming Blade because he's low on HP. So let's just do a regular attack. That takes care of him. We call in a Spectre. Beautiful. The Spectre is unfortunately, I think, going to be immobilized because I'm in the darkness, so that's something that I have to work out, how we're going to make that work. Because many times I'm killing targets that are in the darkness. And if my Spectres are always immobilized, it's kind of pointless, right? Alright, and then I'm going to do Booming Blade on this guy. And I'm not going to use that, even though it's very good. Hexblade's Curse applied. Divine Smite, level 6. Damn. And then bonus action from Polearm Master. We're not going to use that. Oh, I didn't kill. Okay, that's okay. I could just reapply darkness in a different area. Okay, yeah, the accursed specter can't do anything because we're in the darkness. That's a bummer. So now we're gonna go ahead and attack this guy to hopefully get another accursed specter. Yep. And then what I'm gonna do, I could booming blade this guy. I don't have an action though. I'm gonna try to move the darkness. Yeah, next turn maybe I move the darkness? I don't know, I gotta work that out. I wish they could attack in the darkness. Booming blade. Hexblade's curse applied again. Level 1 divine smite. Bonus action. Finish him off. Wonder why I didn't get the Cursed Spectre. Maybe because I already used my reaction. Alright, so now let's pass some time. Oh, hey, my darkness is gone anyway, so these guys are going to start attacking. And I can try to move darkness. No. Yep. Okay. We're going to try to do a darkness over on this side, maybe? Try to keep the specters in the fight, but they might teleport to me when I attack, though, too. I don't know. These are things that we got to work out. I think I can use my reaction right now. I'm gonna use Executioner too. Divine Smite on critical hit. Absolutely. One of the most powerful things you can. And then, whoa! And then they both teleported over. Because they're not in the darkness. This requires this. If this is what I'm going to do, though, it's going to require some thinking on the player's part with how they place their darkness. And you might not be able to actually make use of the Cursed Specters every single combat encounter. Depending. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. Get all that extra damage. We got extra attack. I missed. We'll do the bonus action from Polearm Master. Hexblade's curse has been applied to this guy, but I don't think he can turn into a specter because he is a construct. But we still get the other benefits, so. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to use the Paladin Righteous Clarity feature. I'm also interested. This also lowers our crit chance, which is actually a really good combination with Paladin Divine Smites. I wonder if this will triple stack. So Hexblade's Curse. The Warlock who cursed this entity adds their proficiency bonus to oh, never mind, to damage rolls. Okay. I thought it was to attack rolls. I was going to say, because we have our base proficiency already being added to attack rolls. Then we have Righteous Clarity, which I forgot to... I think I forgot to cast it, yeah. And then maybe... And then have it again from Hexblade's Curse. But Hexblade's Curse is damage, not attack rolls. So this is really good, too, because he's targeting them. I mean, I got hit by that, too. But, like, having summons like this can be super powerful. There's not a chance that this works. I'm going to save my reaction. These guys don't land their Devour Soul too often, but I have no spell slots left. If I had the Spellcrux Amulet, we could change that. I do have Edge of Darkness, though. Let's go ahead and do Booming Blade again. Actually... Oh, I don't have Channel Oath charges to cast that right now, so we're not making use of our Lay on Hands charges either. My God. These guys are still alive. You're never going to land Devour Soul. Consume the soul of your warlock enemy while healing the warlock for half the damage. Just like a free heal, but it's a con save, and these guys have... Yeah, 18 con. Of course it's not going to land. So another thing to consider with Hexblade's Curse is I don't know if the target dies, you regain 12 hit points. I don't know if that applies to targets that are cursed by your weapon's Hexblade Curse versus actually using the bonus action. There's too much writing here. I'm not going to figure this out. Have I been healed at all this fight? When was this? Is this all the same one? Shadowheart was healed for 50 health points. What was that? Oh, that was the healing potion. Shadowheart was healed for 12 hit points. Oh, that was... Yep. Shadowheart was healed for 12. So I'm getting the heals on those two target... The guys that I already killed that had Hexblade's Curse, I'm also getting heals to my Warlock. It's not just the bonus action one. Okay, well, let's back up this way. That's pretty awesome. We just soloed a Steel Watcher and 3 Flaming Fist Guards and didn't even do anything special. With that said, some things worked out in my favor to where I was able to move the darkness around, and I'm not sure how easy it would be to do that in the future. And I got 12 health back.
Grips your...
You have broken
Broke my oath.
And
I got 12 health back from
I'm going
that
to
death
ask.
right there because of Hexblade's Curse.
No, you mustn't.
Alright, so for Paladin,
We can't let them know we're vulnerable.
currently in
We'll just stand here until
Oath of the Crown because of Righteous Clarity, which I forgot to use in that encounter. An 8 Hexblade is pretty good if you ain't gonna break your oath. With that said, Righteous Clarity isn't necessarily, like, if we take a different Paladin subclass, it's not the end-all be-all, but it's certainly really, really nice. It's a really good feature. So if I do play this at some point, I think I gotta follow my Paladin's Oath and make sure that I don't break the law and stuff like that. Because then I'd have to play as an Oath Breaker. Or renew it, and then probably break it again. And sacrifice this really good class action right here.
why don't we just retrace our steps?
Alright, let's pop a short rest.
Just a brief respite.
Wonder if there's one more quick encounter that I can do. We didn't get our Paladin spell slots back. You know what? Maybe I should do a long rest. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna... No, we'll do one more encounter. One more. I was about to say I'm gonna end it, but one more encounter. Hey, bros. I mean, this is good. This is... I still don't know, like, what I want to do with the Hexblade, but this session has been highly productive with testing out some of these things. And I'm really enjoying having spell slots and not having to waste it on Shadowblade. Do one more. We'll take a quick long rest. We going solo. Yep, so thanks for the $5 super chat. Thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna try to iron this out. So those of you guys that are waiting for patch 8, like I'm like 95% sure that I'll have like a Hexblade video coming out at some point. There's a lot of things that I still have to iron out and figure out if I want to do like a good guide and not rush one out.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Working with the darkness and the specters and how to make that work. Stuff like that's just going to require testing on my end. And a little bit of practice too. But I should probably have, once patch 8 drops, I want to make sure I see the patch notes and make sure there's nothing that completely changes this. But I'll probably drop like a Hexblade build guide video that includes like some multi-class options and stuff.
What's next? Let's try this way.
What path lies before me?
Almost forgot how to take a long rest for a second there. My brain's starting to shut off right now. Oh no! Let's go talk to the dumb waiter.
Alan says I have to... Oh, fine. Right, you. Food? Supplies? What do you want?
Your offer has been refused.
Enjoy your night.
That still might not be enough. Hey, wait, can you change the difficulty to rest and then change it back? Is there more food around here? Hold on, there might be food on the table or something. Hey, we got vegetable soup. All right, there we go. I guess you could, right? But then you would be cheating your difficulty. Like, you could go to bed and change it to balance so it only costs 40. And then wake up and change it back to tactician. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that, but you might as well just do custom rules at that point, right? The cool thing is this Paladin multiclass, we're still playing primarily a Hexblade. Because we're using very little from the Paladin, like Paladin spells, besides Divine Smite, of course. The Paladin multiclass makes it a little bit more stressful, just because you have so many choices to go through and so many things that you're not going to end up using. But it also gives you this crazy burst damage. Like, you really kill targets really fast. While the full Hexblade spear build is a little bit more grounded and less stressful, and you get features that are more passive, but still pretty good, at the sacrifice of like some of the burst damage that we're getting from the Paladin, and at the sacrifice of some HP too. So I gotta think through all that and see like what I would prefer to play myself and why, and then find a way to explain that. Let's go to... We're just going to fight outside of Sorcerer's Sundries. That's what we're going to do. Should we just... Alright, I got to remember. We got to bind...
You.
Oh, no, 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 no. I got to bind.
I finish the Duke's traitorous son.
I got to persuade my way out of this. Holy cow. Didn't expect that.
And he knew that to protect this...
Just because I'm not prepared. I didn't actually... Right? Yeah, I have to... I think you have to bind... Oh no. Nice. You don't ever have to bind your weapon again. It is actually permanent. It says permanent on it. Okay, good. So I'm actually fine with that. But we do need to apply False Life. And then Righteous Clarity too. Before we get into combat. Wait, how come I don't have Channel of Charge? Didn't I take a long rest? What was I doing?
Just a brief respite.
What? I'm confused. Is that a bug? Or is it just getting too late and my brain's not working anymore? I don't get it. I wanted to use Righteous Clarity. It's super powerful. Oh, Oath broken. Thank you. Yep. Told you guys. Alright, we're just gonna fight without it. That's fine. We're missing out. Oh, we're gonna be missing out on Divine Smite though too. No. So when you break your oath, you just lose out on the oath stuff. So we still have Divine Smite. Alright, I'm nerfed a little bit compared to what I could be right now. Nerfed a little bit because we could have an extra 4 added onto our attack rolls, but this will have to do. So here we go. Yeah, I'm so happy that we can respec. When Larian first announced that, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Now I'm a big fan because I was like, dang, and then like our choices don't matter and all this, but I love it. It's great. I was very wrong. We got 2 Steel Watchers here right now. All right, so we got to try to spawn some Accursed Specters as soon as possible. I'm going to start off with... Oh, stop! What are you doing? You idiot! Well, guess I'm not reaching anybody. Seriously? It's not the way I wanted to start. But we're going to go ahead and pop. We're going to work Hexblade's curse on. Let's see. I guess I could start working on him. There we go. Perfect. And he spawned outside of the darkness too, so it won't be immobilized. Unless it comes in. I'm not sure if it's going to come in or not. So we do have a lot of spell slots right now, but we're not going to use it. I mean, I don't have a lot of spell slots, so take that back. But we have a lot more than your traditional warlock does. Cursed Spectre has taken some heat off Shadowheart, which is always good. Very good. Less of a chance for us to lose our concentration. And of course, keep our HP high, right? I think I'm actually going to do shield on this. Just in case. Using a level 1 Paladin spell slot, so it doesn't hurt as hard. Oh, this is great. Steel Watch is attacking the Spectre. This is really good. Hey, Yuka. What's going on? Long time no see. Okay, so this guy's got this under control over here. 16 HP. Let's see if I can get another curse going. We're going to do Booming Blade. On this character right here, we have a better chance of actually hitting. Do I want to start off with Executioner? Sure. Damn, that's a lot of damage. And I'm going to do a level 6 Divine Smite. Hex was unfortunately not applied, though. That's okay. I'll take the kill. And then I'll move over here, and we'll use our extra attack on this guy. We're going to go ahead and do another Divine Smite. Might as well start off strong. And then bonus action attack. Hopefully get Hexblade's Curse. Got it. It's applied. I saw it. And we'll Divine Smite. See, Hexblade's Curse for 10 turns, so I might have another Accursed Spectre here momentarily. Not worried about it. Of course, we're going to pass our concentration save. We have Resilient. Do I want to save my opportunity, or do I want to save my reaction? That's the question. This is the big question. A lot of things that are using reactions. Now, once again, let me remind you guys that my ability scores are not optimal right now because I'm just playing on a random load save without the hag's hair. And I also, my gear is certainly not optimal. I don't even have on full things. And most of what I'm wearing is not even meant for this build. We're still kicking butt. Alright, so we're going to probably go after the lower HP targets first. So we have a better chance of getting another accursed specter quicker. Problem is, can I get here? Yeah, I can. I should save those for crit. I should, in a bigger battle like this, I should consider, especially, I should consider saving some of the divine smites and not just using them all the way, because some of my gear here, some of what we have going on, my chance to hit a crit is reduced. I think we're reduced by 2 or 3 right now. So sometimes it's better to save those divine smites for those crits. Come on, Hexblade's curse. Come on. Damn it. 3 attacks and we didn't get it. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Totally forgot about him. Hey! What a great demonstration of the polearm. What a great demonstration of the polearm master feat. I forgot to kill this guy when I really needed to because he has Hexblade's curse and he's going to spawn a specter. He jumped back at me and we get this free opportunity attack. Well, not free, it costs a reaction. Oh, I still didn't kill him. Very close though. That's unfortunate. Still concentrating on darkness. Nothing can stop us. Decent AC. It's going to be way higher when I actually make the character. Still, let's go. Nothing can stop my concentration. And we're going to kill this guy. I might use a bonus action for him to try to get the kill instead of wasting an entire attack. So let's do Booming Blade on her. Oh my god, they're both almost dead. This one's cursed though, this one's not. Tempted to attack. Alright, let's see if I can finish this guy off now. Now, if I had the Crusader, if I had this active, Righteous Clarity, I bet you neither of those would have missed. But I broke my oath. I almost want to test this out. I want to use my reaction and then... The reactions reset at the end of the round, or is it when it comes back to your character? I'm going to try this. I'm going to use Shield Blow right now, so... I used my reaction. Oh, wow. Yeah, imagine if I have 22 AC right now. I could easily have 24, 25 if this was a character I played from the start myself. Well, I did, but it was 2 years ago, so almost 2 years ago. These guys got some HP back, didn't they? Man, I'm hurting right now. We gotta get a Spectre out here. I'm gonna do Booming Blade. Disadvantage because we're ensnared. Okay. No Spectre. So I think the reason why the Spectre didn't spawn is because I used my reaction on Shield Blow. I think. I have also experienced, I think it might be a little buggy too, but I think that's why. That would make sense. And I did that intentionally to test that out, but that's a major mistake. if it wasn't intentional, because having a cursed specter right now would be huge to take some of this heat off of my character. I don't have a bonus action or anything, so I might actually die right now, but that's okay. Keep in mind, these guys are attacking me and I'm in darkness right now. So these attacks are made with disadvantage. Oh, damn. I thought, do I not have the Hexblade feature that allows me to not die? I thought I did. Damn. Well, even though that was a failure of a fight, still did pretty good, all things considered, just standing in the middle solo against 2 Steel Watchers, right? That wasn't bad, actually. Okay, I got some ideas right now. This has been a fun session, but I'm gonna have to call it there. I'd love to keep playing. It's a lot of fun testing this stuff out. But yeah, that's probably it. So I'll definitely see you guys over the weekend. Gotta keep working on stuff like this and get ready for whenever patch 8 drops, because I want to make a Baldur's Gate 3 content run again, just like the good old days. Booming Blade is so good, bros, but I can't figure out, we can't figure out if it's just broken. So Booming Blade, it gives you extra thunder damage, but according to its description and according to people in the chat earlier, strike with your weapon, afflicting your foe with resonance that hurts them for 3 to 24 thunder damage when they move. In Baldur's Gate 3, it's whenever you attack. When you land an attack with Booming Blade, it gives you the thunder damage. So you don't have to wait for your target to move. So as long as you land your attack roll and you choose Booming Blade, you're getting the Booming Blade thunder damage plus all of your weapons damage. That's what this is right here. This is my spear's weapon damage, and then this is from this is part of my build too. And then you get the extra thunder damage, but it's not when they move, it's whenever you attack them. So I don't know if Larian's gonna nerf that. I don't know. Gloves of Belligerent Skies. What are those? Let me look those up real fast. And now if you combine, let me show you guys something real. If you combine Booming Blade, the wearer deals thunder, lightning, or radiant damage. Oh, you get reverberation? -1 penalty to strength, dex, and con. And the entity has 5 or more turns of reverberation. Takes 1d4 thunder damage. You know what's cool about these gloves, so thank you for mentioning them, is you're right, it works with Booming Blade, but since I'm currently doing the Paladin multiclass, it also works with Divine Smite, so these actually might be some good gloves to have. With that said, the gloves of Dex getting that +4 to get my AC up even higher might be more worth it. I'm gonna write these down though. Gloves of Belligerent Skies question mark over gloves of Dex, and there's a couple other gloves too. I'm not that good with items in this game because it's something I never focused on before until now. What I wanted to show you guys was this. Check this out. Some of you guys mentioned it earlier. Oh no, this doesn't work for this build, but this works for my my other character that uses Shadowblade, the first build that we were trying out. Resonant Stone. This stone gives you and those around you the steeped in bliss condition. Resonant stones heighten emotion in those who stand within their radius. So this isn't even something you have to equip, I don't believe. I think you just have to have this in your inventory, and you can find it in the Mind Flayer colony. And if you have it in your inventory, steeped in bliss, entity is also vulnerable to psychic damage. Okay? One of the most powerful one-handed weapon in this game is Shadowblade, which you can summon with many different classes. This is a new spell that's coming with patch 8. This is going to be crazy. We're going to get double Shadowblade damage by having the Resonant Stone. because they're now vulnerable to psychic, plus all the booming blade nonsense, plus the necrotic damage, plus all the other things that are giving us damage. That's called OP. The Resonant Stone plus Shadow Blade is unfair OP. Like, you're not even playing the game at that point, and you might have to try it out sometime. You can't get it until Act 2 though, late Act 2. So you really would only have it for Act 3. But damn, that's crazy. That's a lot of damage. You could probably do it with like with a Blade Singer wizard too, because the Blade Singers also get Shadow Blade. Crazy stuff. And Morgana was in the chat earlier, and she was saying that you could give your Shadow Blade to other characters. And I think Larian nerfed it to where you can't now. Shadowheart's dead, so I can't test that out, but... we don't care about fairness. At this point, I agree. Usually when I play an RPG for the first time, I'm like not looking for... if I find something like that, I either won't use it or I'm just not looking for stuff like that. But now that we're 2 years into almost a year and a half into Baldur's Gate 3, who cares anymore, right? I actually didn't read your message, Safiel. I honestly didn't. We were talking about Resonant Stone 2 streams ago, actually. I have your message and I saved it, and I'm gonna read it. I'm definitely gonna read it when I start trying to make a build on what you were talking about, but I actually didn't read it all the way in through. I didn't know you talked about that. Now, let's see if we can share this. No. So you can't send it to anybody. What if you drop it on the ground? I don't think you can. Nope, cannot be taken out. So that's part of the Larian's patch that Morgana was talking about. It's not a binded weapon though. You just can't do anything with it. It doesn't let you do anything. Because if we take a look at the Shadow Spear, we can right click. Oh no, hold on. Never mind. Nobody's around me. That's why. Let's go.
No time to waste.
Doesn't let you drop it on the ground though. Huh, okay. There's other weapons too, like this Char's Spear. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. I didn't know you couldn't give this to anybody else. It's funny. I'm trying to see if I can give this to somebody else, and I try with another weapon. Like, what's the chances I have 2 weapons that you're not able to give to other people? Everything else you can. Okay.
Interview these folks they're trashing.
Alright. Watch the Resonant Stone. Let me pull up your... let me look at your Discord message right now. The only reason why I didn't read it all the way through, is I feel, is just because I wasn't ready to take in that information yet. Like, I gotta be ready to... so I'm saving it for the future. Yeah, because you were talking about halfling, 8 blade, 2 pal, 2 fighter. Okay, alright. I didn't realize you were 8 blade. For some reason I thought you were less than that, which is why I wasn't looking at it right away. Oh, you get advantage on all... you get advantage on concentration saves too? Damn, that's really good. I didn't know that. That means you can... wow. So you combine that with resilient. Holy crap. Yep, that's crazy. Yeah, the one thing you do got to consider with the Shadow Blade is you're going to find some monsters that are immune or resistant to it, like Zyfiel is saying right here.
Some folk are just nasty.
So you just got to have another weapon ready to go, which is fine for Hexblade. Alright. Appreciate you guys hanging out. But that is going to be it for tonight. Good times. That was a lot of... I can't believe I just messed around with the Hexblade for 4 hours. And then I did it last stream for like 2. I thought I was going to like do like 6 subclasses tonight and like really try to understand them better than the other stream. And we only did 1. It just shows you like how like deep Larian Studios games can be. I mean, this is 5th edition stuff, but it's also Larian too. Yeah, thanks for pushing that on me, Sesame. I knew it was a good multi-class combo. I just didn't think there was going to be a good combo that was still feeling like a Hexblade. Because every like 5th edition multi-class that I see that's a Hexadin is always like more Paladin than Warlock, which makes sense. But in this game, it seems like you can do some pretty good ones the other way around. I'm not sure if the Paladin, primary Paladin, secondary Hexblade, maybe it's like way better than what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure, but... I think the Orc Savage attack, I think, David, I don't know 100%, but I think it's the same exact thing, so I don't think it matters. So if you play, so one of the reasons why, like I said, half Orc is probably a good choice for your Hexblade if you're trying to like maximize damage. You don't have to take that feat. So, I mean, the feat is arguably not the greatest to take. I remember listening to a lot of D&D players talk about this. Like the Savage Attackers is not bad to have it, but to have to give up a feat to take it, like at level 4, 8, or 12, most people will argue that it's not worth it. Like you're better off doing Great Weapon Master, you're better off taking an ability score increase. I think the ability score increase leads to more damage over time, like the calculation comes to or something. But being able to get Savage Attacks with a racial feature, that's great. So half Orc is probably... if you're trying to like optimize potential damage, you're probably looking at the half Orc for probably most of your melee classes. Actually, half Orc also gets, I forget the official name of it, but when you drop to 0 health points, you only drop to 1. But the Hexblade also gets that too, so that's not anything that helps. Oh, Sesame is saying that they're different. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, so Savage Attacks is when they score a critical hit with a melee weapon, they can roll one of the weapon's damage dice an additional time. Oh, okay, so that's not, I mean, that's still not bad to have it as a passive feature that you don't have to pay anything for or give up anything for. It's not bad. Savage Attacks feat, Baldur's Gate 3. Then the feat is, oh wait, hold on. Yeah. Savage Attacker. When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage twice and use the highest result. Okay. So that's the one that I was talking about, that it seems like a lot of D&D players say just take the ability score increase over taking the feat or take Great Weapon Master. The half Orc feature is a little bit different. It's a little bit more situational. So not as powerful, but that makes sense because I was going to say that's really powerful to give the half Orc like a full-on feat at level 1 when we don't even have variant human in the game. Yeah, you could do some cool Hexblade multi-classes for sure. Or Hexblade fighter multi-classes. Battlemaster is good with any melee class. I've thought about it many times. The problem with Riposte is that it's a reaction. And we already have so many things using our reaction right now. Shield Blow, Polearm Master, a Cursed Spectre. So it wouldn't really fit what we were doing tonight, but it would fit something. You could find a way to make it work. But there's definitely a ton of multi-classing to be had with the fighter, for sure. Sword Bard, Fighter, Paladin, like all those would work great with the Hexblade, I think. Yep, Sword Bard. The problem that you run into is a lot of the multi-class builds, though, they're meant for level 12, so like when somebody says a multi-class is good, it can be really good, but many of them don't actually come online until you're fully multi-classed. So then you're only getting it for half the game, or for half of Act 3 or whatever that is. Technically, you can reach level 12 early on in Act 3 and still have a full multi-class. But a lot of players don't reach 12 until probably halfway through Act 3. So you don't even get the full multi-class for the vast majority of the game. What's up, Joe? Patch 8's not out yet. We don't know when it's coming out. Probably sometime soon, though. Good night, Fireheart. I think Thief 4 is going to be popular for bonus actions giving enemy conditions. Thief is a great multi-class for people that are dual wielding. Thanks, Sus. We enjoyed your company too. Alright, good night. And man, am I happy that I figured out my internet. I'm certainly not on your traditional setup, though, that's for sure. But it seems to be working. We're at like 6 or 7 streams. Maybe 4 or 5 streams since I was having problems and everything's been running good. Just in time for KCD2 hardcore mode.